How are you?
Oh, pretty good. How about you?
Pretty good. You don't sound like you're real happy.
No, I sound like I've got a cold.
Oh, well, I'm glad to note you still have your sense of humor.
I'm still alive.
Now, what points would you like to discuss?
Is it in your interest that I go to the U.S.?
Okay, let me,
It's hard to talk about it, but I think somehow we need to, I need to have some kind of answer. You're saying that all parties will not be dragged in?
Correct.
It's hard for me to believe
What you're
that.
referring to, I think it's pretty clear to me what you're referring to, okay?
Okay.
There is zero relationship between that and what I'm talking about in Santa Clara.
But that could escalate. The way I'm seeing it, maybe I'm wrong, I'm just trying to clarify as much as possible. The way I see it, that might escalate depending on how it's handled.
From what I know concerning the question about the United States Attorney in San Jose, California, and the shipment of the stuff by you to AMD in Santa Clara, there's no relationship between that and what you're talking about. Unless there's something you haven't told me that shows some relationship.
There is. Let me just say the following. You asked me a question the other day, and I'm going to try to answer it as best as possible.
Okay.
Steve Lund did come down here.
Correct.
We had a talk, and I have also been called by Mr. Costner. And for what I gather from our conversations, my conversations with both of them, is that they are interested in something bigger. Now, this is maybe my impression, but there were a lot of questions relating to your organizations.
Yeah, their interest was in whether or not we told you to do what you did at their organizations, right?
Well, I think it's more than that. I think there is another issue overall, especially concerning Mr. Lund's organization. What he said at the time was that the way they looked at it, while I was under supervision, I ended up in their company. And regardless of whether it was deliberate or not, there was the issue of negligence. Now, that's the best way I can put it.
Oh yeah, okay, I've got you. Listen, Billy, we're not concerned about that. I'll tell you why. if they claimed we didn't tell them about you, remember you put down your prior employment on your application. Remember? So you told them right up front.
Yeah, all that's fine, but then, things happened while I was in there. And so, as,
Yeah, but you did that on your own. We didn't tell you to do anything there, right?
And again, I'm saying that while I was under your supervision, right, things happened, and regardless of that, all I'm saying, I don't know, this is, I'm just saying this because the questions that I was asked were, really revolved around this issue. And so,
your relationship with us
while I was at the company. So, I don't know. I'm just, again, I'm not saying yes or no or that I know anything. All I'm saying is that these were the questions and there is a concern about it. And so I want you to know that.
You mean you're kind of looking out for us, right? You're trying to warn me, right?
I'm trying to warn you because, I don't know. Again, I come back to my first question. Is it in your interest that I go down there? I just want to keep in focus the issue about the companies because they have asked lots of questions in regard to this, and they are not satisfied. They are upset because they feel that regardless of the issue of whether anything was deliberate or not, there still is the issue of negligence. Okay, and so they're evaluating that as well. questions came up regarding that.
Yeah. Did you record that conversation
Which one?
with Lund?
I'll take the fifth on that one.
Okay. Well, if you did, bring a copy of it with you.
You don't trust me anymore.
No, I do trust you, okay? I do trust you, and I know that you probably did record it, okay?
Escalation is a problem.
Billy, here's the situation.
Mm-hmm.
You told me you got a job at Intel, okay? You also told me you put it on your application, okay? I also told them then about you, okay? They kept you on the job. We never directed you to do anything against Intel, and you know that, right?
Well, the question here is the following. You're saying that, I put it on my application, that's fine. But by the time you folks told Intel, several months have passed. I was in there without their knowledge.
That's not correct. We told them right after you got the job.
But see, the question there is also, there's the issue of forewarning.
Yeah.
Not only for them, but for me. That's another issue that came up.
Forewarning for you? I don't understand that.
That I was forewarned of an impending investigation and the circulation of my name.
But you know that's not true. We never told you about any investigation.
But that is true.
Well,
it is true. I mean, I was warned. I knew about, I had to, that they would keep an eye on me. And they were a little upset about that.
Yeah, I told you when you got the job to be careful and to not do anything improper because they would be alert to, what you are and so on.
Anyways, we're not going to settle any of this over the phone. I'm just trying to be aware of the issues and to make you aware of the issues because those questions didn't come up. Okay, so I just want you to be aware of what their concerns are. I want you to understand what the issues are. The issues are that there is a likelihood or a possibility that things could escalate and they would draw you folks in a way that you may not know yet. And I'm trying to make you aware as much as possible for what I know about it, that it could happen. I just don't know if the best course is for me to come up there or maybe have some kind of a meeting here first. I don't know. This is up to you. You folks might want to decide to come down here and have a preliminary meeting because of, I don't want things to get out of hand and not be able to stop it. I would prefer to have a meeting probably here, if at all possible, and discuss some of the issues and then make a better evaluation of whether I should go over there or not. Again, my concern is my family and to be with them, and, so it's not that, if I had a choice, I would prefer to be with them. Okay?
How about a meeting in Mexico City?
Mexico City. You're afraid of me.
It's just that,
I don't have a gun in my hand,